Blackburn Rovers' latest transfer rumour links them with an ex-Burnley international winger. Who am I talking about? We'll tell you all about it next. That's right, folks, back once again in another video today. It's all about Blackburn Rovers and the latest transfer rumours going on as we edge close to the start of the January transfer window. That's right. And currently, a highbrow name of somebody who's probably got a bit of wages, of course, been linked with Blackburn Rovers. Who am I talking about? We'll tell you all about that in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Blackburn Rovers World Football transfers. We got it all here under one roof. He goes by the name Maxwel Cornet. That's right. Ivorian Coast International. Currently on the books at Southampton, but he's struggling to get game time, and he's been linked with, of course, a return to Lancashire. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Cornet, formerly of Burnley. Goodness gracious me. But can he, or will he, make the switch to eWords? Let's take a look at it then. This is the link. Currently posted on the One Football website. Of course, was linked way back on the, well, it's actually 30th of December, this past month here. Reported by, who actually got the report? I don't really want to click on it, but there is definitely a link out there. I saw it on multiple sources. Russell Martin, of course, was the manager of Southampton at the time. It's now Ivan Juric, formerly of Roma. He might give a new lease of life to Cornet here. And also Ben Brereton Diaz on the books of Southampton. So new player, or new manager, new influx. But it's a player that, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely an interesting one, because I liked Cornet, whatever the fuck his name is, Cornetto. I liked him when he was not at Burnley, before the Burnley move. I thought he was an exciting player representing Ivory Coast, and I wanted to see more of him when he was playing in France. But that move to Burnley gave me a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. So I've gone down. Now the main concern straight off the bat for this deal would be the wages. I don't want to throw, and again, I just feel like he could be a bit of a bad seed. You know what I mean? Like, just coming in with a bit of ego, coming a bit with hopefully he's got a point to prove. But anyway, let's take a look at him before we rule him out or rule him in. So Maxwel Cornet is only 28 years of age, still got a couple of good years left in him. He will turn 29 in September. His contract does expire with Southampton, it looks like. He's actually on loan from West Ham, so he's actually a West Ham player. So maybe I got that one wrong. So he's on loan at Southampton. So this is a little bit confusing. I'm not going to lie. So maybe he'll get recalled from that deal at West Ham and then look to be loaned out. But like I said, the main issue is the wages. So his contract at West Ham expires in 2027. I would imagine this is a loan, only a loan, because I don't think we could probably justify a transfer fee, but you never know, they might want to get rid. And again, he could have represented France, but he opted for Ivory Coast at the moment. Of course, he can play either side. Now that's music to John Eustace's ears. Can play he is left-footed, but he can play on the left or the right or down the middle. And of course, this is his appearances this season. Pretty slim data to get from Maxwel Cornet here. So just 2 appearances, 1 yellow card, and that's it. I don't have much data on him for this season, but this is his career. Look at it. Look at the numbers. The numbers is phenomenal. 23 goals scored as a left winger. That's just shy of 1 every 3. So left winger is his bread and butter. His right winger ain't too shabby. He's 1 every 3 goals as well. So he can score goals. The guy's got an eye for goal. He's very creative as well. 10 assists as a left winger, 12 coming out from the right. He can play down the middle as well. 7 goal return as a centre forward. So definitely versatile kind of player. He can even play at left back, which, breaking news, of course, if you haven't noticed, we are recording this on the 22nd. Of course, Pickering picked up a hamstring injury, so this could add some meat to this potential deal, as he could provide some sort of ability at left back. And it's not just like 2 games he's played at left back. He's played a few games at left back, 34 times. So it is one of his strengths. He can play as a defender. He's shipped him with a couple of goals as well as left back. So he's definitely a versatile kind of option. And he is probably desperate for some game time. My only concern is the wages. But look at the stats here. Of those goals, and a whole bunch of them have come from Lyon. After that, he did chip in with a handful of goals at Burnley, so he had a good time in Lancashire. Maybe he can try and get that form back. For just 4 appearances for Southampton on loan from West Ham, and he didn't have much good time here at West Ham either. So he's played a bunch, but he just didn't really get going. As for his international exploits, he was in the books for the French team all the way through to the under-21s, but opted to play for Ivory Coast. I think he made the right choice because look at the depth that France have at the moment. But he's a caliber player. Don't get me wrong. This guy, if he's committed, if he wants to play, and he's got his head switched on, would be an amazing addition to the team. That's not the question. The question is if he's focused, if he's determined, if he's actually serious, and not using us as a whatever. You know what I mean? Like you have to want it and prove himself and deliver the goods. What else do I got on this guy? Yeah, perfect comparison. We're going to compare him to current player on the books currently at Blackburn Rovers who's getting paid a shit ton of money. And as yet, this is prime. This is exactly who he could replace. He could replace Sigurdsson, whose contract does expire at the end of the season, but has failed to live up to the expectations. He's been injured a little bit, and he's struggling to get into the team. So perfect comparison here. So let's take a look at these two guys then. They're both about similar age, I would imagine. Actually, Sigurdsson's got 3 years junior. Still a lot of a player left in that Sigurdsson. But at the moment, it's not working out for them. They're about a similar height as well. Both predominantly like left wing. Sigurdsson is a right footer though. But it's definitely very similar. They're both internationals of their own respective countries there. And both contracts expire. I guess Cornet's contract doesn't expire until 2027. But anyway, let's take a look then at, of course, the valuations. Now, we're talking this top one here is Cornet, who once peaked around about 17 million. You could say the same about Todd Cantwell, who also peaked quite high as well. So his value has been decent and is on the wane right now. You're looking between around about 7 or 8 million right now. So he's that kind of a player. As for Sigurdsson, who peaked around about 6 and a bit million there way back when. So, but of course, has trickled down to around about 2. But we're paying a shit ton of money for his services at the moment, but little return. So it is a JDT signing, I believe, this one, the Sigurdsson. So he's not really delivered. But look at the numbers here. Look at the numbers. I've got them backwards here. I've got them backwards. So Sigurdsson's on the right, Cornet's on the left. Cornet has played over 100 and some more games. That's reflected in his age. And he's chipped in with 62 goals, averaging a goal every 292 minutes. It's not too dissimilar to that of Sigurdsson. Every 303 minutes, he's chipped in with a goal as well. So they are very like for like. So it is. You would imagine it's 1 in 1 out sort of deal if this was to happen. The wages that I don't think we could justify paying both of these two guys and be on the books at Ewood at the same time. I'm concerned that we can't even afford Cornet in the first place. Because I think he must be on close to 60 grand a week, if that. It might even be more than that. I'm curious about that. I know we're not paying anywhere near that for Sigurdsson, but we're paying a lot. He's either the top earner or the second top earner now behind Cantwell. He might have retaken the lead on that one. So the numbers are very similar, but you would imagine if anything was to happen, you'd be getting rid of one and bringing in the other. So, is it an upgrade on Sigurdsson? I think so. I think he's definitely got an eye for a goal. Will he make that step down to the Championship? That is a serious question as well, a serious doubt in my eyes. I don't know if Cornet would do that. So, currently he's on the books of the Premier League club. He's not getting games. I think the new manager at Southampton will probably at least delay any decision to make on Cornet. So Cornet's got to take this chance now with the new coach and try and get, hey, look, I can play, I score goals and all this kind of stuff. And he's got probably the Christmas period, maybe to the FA Cup, maybe a little bit, maybe the FA Cup as well. I think if this has got any longevity or any ability to happen, it will be a deadline day signing. It'll be one of those at the end. It will be a cancelled loan, send him back to West Ham. West Ham will then loan him back out to a Championship club, and maybe Blackburn Rovers are in it. And again, for Rovers to make it happen, I think Sigurdsson would have to be off the books. I don't think we can justify the wages having both of these players on the books at the moment. That's my take on it, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. We look forward to seeing you and more in the comments. Of course, busy period coming at you right here, right now on the channel. But until then, Wida.